Saying this weekend after our praise and worship this morning, at the end of the day, all the hallelujahs belong to Him. Because if it wasn't for Him, that hallelujah is His to glorify Him. And just like everybody had been saying, this week has just been rough for them. This has been a rough couple weeks, and just kind of understanding and realizing that part of the battles in the pit that I end up in are because I placed myself. Thought myself in the pit. And for you all that were here Easter Sunday, that's what I had talked about. I felt like I did the worst job ever. And I was like, nope, that's a wrap. I'll stick to my prayer. I'm comfortable with that. I felt like that Easter Sunday after church. I did. And I'm just being honest, I felt like that. And so I kept feeling like that, and I just was like, this ain't right. I can't do this. And so then I get a call from the pastor on Tuesday. Like, okay, we're gonna be at the town Sunday. Can you talk? And I'm just like, this ain't what I want to do. And I did, but I said yes. Because I'm learning that despite how I feel, something is going to work out for this. God has a purpose in it. So let me tell y'all how this was. I was trying to get myself prepared. I read and I just was like, God, this ain't working. I'm like, this ain't working. I want people to get it. I think I was allowing the devil to make me overthink it. So what I allowed was a battle that was in my mind. I allowed for that to put me in a pit, to be discouraged, and to be afraid, and to not do what God wanted me to do. So I just said, you know what? I said, you know what, God? I said, I ain't going to worry about it. I'm not going to continue to try to put together all this stuff. I said, I'm just going to just speak from, I'm just going to let you just, whatever you put on my heart and whatever you speak about, that's what I'm going to go with. Amen. Because I'm learning, and I thank you guys for just being patient with me. See, because this is a learning process for me. But I had to come back and I had to say, Holy Spirit said, this is a learning process. Because, see, if you feel like you can't do this right now, what you going to feel like when I put you in front of something big? And so I had to, I had to say, okay, I have to go through the process. And it is a process. Amen. It's a molding process. It's a shaping process. It's that fire that turns us into something else. It's that beauty for ashes, for burning away the fear and burning off the self-doubt. When I just started to think about the pit a little bit more, and I had to, just kind of get myself back into the pits that I've walked in, and the pits that I placed myself in mentally, because I allowed the devil to start winning that battle in my mind. And so I started to think I couldn't do these things. I can't do these things, Lord. I don't know how these things are going to work out. I don't know how I'm going to be perceived. So what I started to do was dress up my pit. And these things were coming back when we wear masks. A mask that we wear ain't nothing but a pit. How many times have we come in here looking nice but feeling like crap? We dressed up a pit to make it appear to something else so that we can get comfortable in that pit. But it's time for us to not get comfortable in that pit. And so last night, I don't know if you guys have heard of, it's the show that comes on the OWN network. It's called The Book of John. And it's this black minister. He is the first black minister to preach at one of Joel Osteen's mega churches. And so I was watching his show. I started watching his show, and last night the show came on, and he was speaking with a lady that went to their church. She had infertility issues. They said she was infertile. She would never have a child. And so she had one period that released an egg, and she was able to get pregnant. And so she was ecstatic. She had this beautiful little girl. Thank you, God. Okay, now, God, I want another baby. I want one right now. So then, what was a joy she ended up, okay, now we gotta do fertility treatments, we gotta do this, okay, and so with her husband, it started to cause a discord. Because all she wanted was this baby. Look here, you a machine, look here, we got this, and she said it. She said, I know we got this doctor's appointment this day, we gotta do this, we have this shot here, we gotta see this doctor. Her husband's like, somebody, please, talk to her. Because it was just becoming overwhelming for him. It was taking away the joy. He couldn't even get a chance to enjoy the new baby that was that blessing. So he asked his wife, he said, well, I think, that's kind of a woman thing, but then I think it may be received better if you go and you talk to her. So the wife met up with her, and this is what I want you guys to ask yourself in your pit. She said, how did you feel when God blessed you with that baby? She said, I was overjoyed. She said, I was so excited. It was great. She was like, but I want kids, and so I want some more. She was like, okay, you were overjoyed. Does she complete you? Does this complete what you were praying for? Yes, this complete me, but I want more kids. She said, how can you say this completes you, but you want something else? You want some more of it, but this completes you. She said, okay, can I ask you this? She said, can you be okay right now without having another child? Can you accept not having another child? And she said, I'm not saying don't accept that God's not going to give you another child, but can you accept being okay in the moment where you are right now? And just continue to pray that, God, I'm going to continue to pray and want that, but I'm going to enjoy what you've already given me. And so I was sitting there yesterday and I was like, okay, God, I'm like, because and sometimes I think when God will give stuff to us, He'll give it to us directly because I'm somebody that the doctors say struggle with that infertile part of it, and so I understood where she was coming from. Ooh, I got it. Like when that's God, that's all I want is that right there. And so it made me start to think because see, I placed myself in that pit of God, am I gonna ever have any children? God, am I ever gonna get married? Am I ever gonna be successful? And it was kind of like, well, dang, I gave you godchildren. I gave you all these little kids your friend has. I gave you this job. I gave you this house. But that just still, not to say that He won't give us more, but why should He continue to give us more if He can't appreciate and be glad in what we already have? So, I just was thinking about, that was just really just kind of, I was like, man, I said, okay. I said, I get it. Your circumstances are not, your pit is not temporary. It's temporary. It's not long time. It's not long. It's not going to happen forever. But that's if you choose to. See, because what I've been learning, the pit is designed for you to die in. Whatever your pit is, it's designed. It's designed for you to die in. Whether that be to die in your spirit, die in your joy, die in your finances. That's what the devil designed it for. Steal, kill, destroy. See, but God will allow that pit to become a revelation for you. He will allow that pit to mold it into the image of His Son. And I do have a couple of scriptures I'm going to give you regarding. Again, my phone is still not syncing. One day it's going to sync up the way it should. All right, so we're going to start at Romans chapter 5, and we're going to do Romans chapter 5, starting at verse 3. Moreover, let us exult and triumph in our troubles and rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that pressure and affliction and hardship produces patience, unswerving endurance, and endurance develops the maturity of character, which is the approved faith and tried integrity. And character produces the habit of joyful and confident hope of external salvation. Such hope never disappoints or deludes or shames us, for God's love has been poured out in our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. So when I had, these are some of the scriptures I had from the last, when I initially started, and, I had to just kind of go back through them, and when I thought about that, and I said, when Jesus was born, he was perfect. He didn't do anything wrong. He was perfect. Took over the world. Went through the trials and tribulations. We were born into a world of sin, and we're sinful. And just like that song we sang this morning, "All things are working," we're not perfect. But if we are faithful to go through and stand the trial, what will happen is we'll begin to be molded. We'll begin to get the endurance. What it is we're supposed to be running to Jesus, running to the Word. That way it can transform our character. Because the thing is, we've been created in His image. His image is not for us to be depressed, financially broken, dragged through the mud and the ground. That's not it. So this is just to transform us and mold us. It's kind of like those transformers you see on TV, or even sometimes when people transform from the bad guy to the good guy. There's always something that we have to go through that will get us to that point of transforming. And that's the whole thing that goes. But be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And see, and that's what I said in the beginning, how I ended up in the pitch that I ended up is because I allowed to be defeated in my mind. So I was defeated in my choices of feeling like I didn't have any hope, I didn't have any joy, or I didn't have anything that could see me through. I couldn't see past where I was at. I couldn't see past myself to see some other things that I needed to see before I was able to see it. Like Pastor C, you got to see it before you see it.
Amen.
See, so you have to see yourself out of your pit, of your situation, before you see it. See, because what's going to happen is, as you're going through these transformations in this pit, it's going to build, let's take it back a little bit more, spiritual endurance, spiritual growth. What have we learned when we went through the whole process of building our spirit man? See, a spirit man can survive anywhere. A spirit man can survive in the desert. He could survive in the ocean, the water, because that spirit was built up. That faith was built up. The man who walked on water, Jesus, they were on the water. Focus on me. Come walk to me. You walked on water. And what happened? The first time he took his eyes off Jesus, what did he? He began to sink those pits. And when we take our eyes off of him and his promises and what he can do, what do we begin to say? We began to dig a little bit deeper. But something else I noticed. And I'm just working with you more.
Go on now.
Singing that song, I've got a seed in the ground. If you ever notice, when you see it, when you got to put it, it's a lot of work with it. That's the we put. Boy, I'm going to believe you. I'm going to sow this seed. Even when I may not have it, if that means sowing into somebody financially, I feel like, brother, sister, it's going to be all right. Jesus still loves you, even when we may not feel like he loves us. That's sowing a seed. That's the hard part. Sowing that seed even when we don't feel like it. And when you sow your seeds, you sow them differently. So I'm not just saying physically sow a seed in the ground, but those spiritual battles in the mind that we have with ourselves. But you know what else is hard? Reaping the harvest is always fun, but it's hard work reaping the harvest. You got to go out there, you got to pull some stuff in the ground, you got to throw away some weeds. See, that's what the devil's trying to fight right now. And our reaping our rewards and our harvest right now. Thank you, Lord. See, for me to not get up here this morning, or just to not to go with it, the devil just tried to knock down what I was reaping for something that was already coming in the future. See, because if I stop and I give up now and I don't do it now, I won't know how to deal with what he's going to try to put against me for what God already has planned in the near future. And see, and that's that part of it when we talk about our reaping. It didn't say reaping sometimes can be hard to reap it and to get it. Because see, the devil's going to try to stop it. And that's what he's going to try to fight against. But there is, that's the part where we start to hit the palace after we learn that it's a reason for this. It's for me to be transformed. It's for me to have a new mindset and a new outlook on the way that I view things. Oh man, how he lined stuff up this morning. What you showed today. What you showed today. That lady had her mind all made up like, no, my baby. No, honey. But in that moment, it changed her mind. It changed her view on things. It changed her view. So then that started the renewing. So the next time, she won't be so full of herself that she'll block giving that blessing off freely for somebody else. See, because then once we start to get rid of those blessings, we can't get any more things because you ain't even released out what I already gave you and what I put in you. See, so that's when we start to get to the palace. We start to know who we are. We start to be crowned with glory. See, that's the palace. And part of the palace is a good job. But if you can't see yourself there with a renewed mind to know that God said I can have whatever I desire as long as it lines up with his will. Better yet, let's take it back one more. When my will starts to line up with his will, because I say, God, what is your will? And I ask you what it is that you want to be done, how you want to be moved, how you want to use me. See, because he will never use you to hurt you and to drain you out. He will use you and continue to fill you. He will use you to be a blessing. He will use you to be a world changer and a history maker. And see, there's benefits that come with falling in line with God and being obedient to what he says, despite how it feels and how it looks around you. Sister Jackie, like you said, prime example. Oh, they wrote her off. What she say? I'm still in him. Giving Jesus a praise. Spread his word. He'll lead somebody else to wherever else. But you know what, God? I trust you. Whatever you got for me, I trust you. I ain't gonna worry about it. I trust you. Not perfect, but faithful. Amen. I may mess up and step to the side, but God, okay, I'm 2 steps to the left, but I know you're gonna pull me to the right. I know that you're gonna guide me. Know that you're going to light a path for me. Amen. That's my brother Roy said. That's why we all here, because the devil could have all took us out at any given point. He could have deterred us from being here this morning. So, Sister Jasmine, I did not want to get up here this morning. Did see because it blessed. I don't know about y'all, but it blessed me. The songs you chose, you were going through whatever, but it blessed me. Just grabbing my hand right there while praising and worshiping, it blessed me because I didn't feel like it this morning. And see, and that's what I mean by stepping out. To change. Those things start to change. Your emotions start being higher. You're being exalted in high places. Amen. So he's above every sickness, every disease, everything that was meant to tear us down. What? That's the change of mind. That's feeling emotionally, whatever. But I'm above that. I stop and say, emotions get back. Finances get in unless the body. But what I've already put in you is going to decipher how your mind is going to think to get you out of the situations that you thought yourself into. Because I'm going to trust what his word says. I'm going to trust to think outside of the box. Or what did they say? The God will use the foolish things to confound the wise. See, sometimes we have to allow the spirit to confound this flesh because this flesh ain't wise. And I'm just being honest. Yes. So sometimes that's what you have to do, even when you don't feel like it. Like I say, when I was trapped in a pit and I sat there for so many days, instead of just shouting out, "Woo, thank you, Jesus," and running through the room when I felt like running through the room. See, that's what I dressed my pit up with. When all those are God, again, he'll start to, when you start to be obedient. And for me, okay, guys, so now I'm going to need to read a little bit more because those guys say, yeah, you think you're doing that for somebody else. When you spoke, so it wasn't for nobody else. That was for me. Me reading and getting into it, that was for me. That was God's way of saying, I know how you are. So I know if you feel like you gotta go sit up and you gotta talk in front of somebody, you gonna read on it because you don't want to be standing up there sounding like a fool. But what it wasn't for nobody else. But that was his way of let me get and draw you in. He had to draw me in with what he knew what was going to work for me to start to be able to change and mold me. And those are some of the opportunities that we face. We just be like, okay, God, you said do this, but I don't know. Why do you want me to do this? I don't see it. But you don't have to see it. You just have to trust it and do it because that's what he told you to do. And then you'll begin to see the changes. You'll begin to reap the benefits of why he put you through what he put you through, or he lined you up with where he lined you up at, or he asked you to step up and do this part of it. Because he is for something that's bigger. Because this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's the little stuff. So if he know we'll be faithful and we'll do it with these little things that he's lining up, he ain't doing nothing but getting us set up for the big come up.
Come on now.
Amen.
Come on
The
now.
big blessings.
Amen.
Just like our church. Oh, you think he ain't gonna bless us with, something nice? I just was thinking about that. Some people, don't despise small beginnings.
Huh.
When people think about churches, let's be honest. And I can tell you what I used to think about when I thought about churches. When I thought about churches, I thought about big churches, glass windows, ladies in all white escort in, just time, 10:30, 10:45, 11:15, 12. But, that's what I thought about. Big bands and, musicians playing everywhere. See, that's what I thought. Oh, that's church right there. I know I'm going there and have a good time. And went in there and was like, I feel so out of place. I don't feel welcome. I don't feel loved. See, but I know when you walk in here, you feel loved.
Amen.
Because every seat, everything in here is anointed. Ooh,
Come on, hallelujah.
See, when you walk in here, the Spirit is allowed you. See, because, and sometimes, and I'm not speaking against, because not all big churches are like that. So that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, just like the lady in here, you're so worried about how that picture looks. How it looks on the outside, how nice and shiny it looks. But what's on the inside ain't there. Nothing on the inside is there. And that's what I'm saying by that. So with us being so faithful and so grateful for what we have in here and what's allowed to go on in here and the opportunities to lift people up and just being able to bring out their gifts and allowing God to work on them on front. Do you not know that he is this? Oh, he's like, they've been so faithful. They've been so promising. They're not looking for nothing more but to come in here and just look for the Spirit of God and to be moved and to be fed.
Amen.
That's what they're looking for. So, we're going to have what we're supposed to have. We're going to have everything we need to start up all those ministries that are placed down deep inside of each and every one of us. Because I know there's some things that everybody wants to do on a larger scale, even within this church. So those things are going to come forth because God, we're thankful for it. We have somewhere to come, but not only that, we get excited. I don't know about y'all, but I get excited to get here.
Amen.
Some weeks I'll be like, probably, speeding a little bit like, please don't let the popo get me. Because I'm running about 75, 80 down, I'll take 100. Because some days I have been so worked up and just stretched throughout the week that I just want to come here because I just know that when I get here, it's a different type of love that you're going to get here.
Amen. Amen.
It's a different kind of comfortness and a different kind of safeness that you feel here. It's that you're going to be able to be free to just say, woo, Jesus, and stretch out. You know that your tears aren't going to be taken for granted or judged upon when you walk in here.
Amen.
But they're going to be met with a hug or I love you or pick up some tissue or back rub, whatever it may be. So I'm just excited about what we have here, what God is doing in our lives and in our pastors' lives and how he's allowing them to play a part in the transformation and the molding of us.
Amen.
The pushing of us. You know how like your daddy, he be pushing you, girl, you can do it, you give them good. That's just like Jesus is. That's just like how Pastor Clark and Pastor Eva is.
Amen.
Those spiritual parents that
Amen.
push. No, you got
Yes.
words to talk about.
Yes.
So come on.
Yes.
I know you like to show me with but go ahead. Go
Amen.
ahead. So that is what is just so rewarding and just absolutely just awesome. So again, I just thank you guys for just allowing me to be me.
Amen.
See, because that's what I'm learning, that I can't try to do this anybody else's way.
Come on now.
I have to just kind of flow with this and just do this my way.
Amen.
And, just however I'm comfortable, and that's me. I don't, I'm not one for attention. That's not no spotlight on me. I'd rather just, be over here. But thank you for creating a safe zone for me to be able to grow and be nourished. And I thank you guys for nourishing me. Because, at the end of the day, even when you're in a pit, have you ever noticed when you're in a pit, you think of a pit, you think about dirt surrounding you. But dirt is nourishment. What do you think trees and plants and all they get their nourishment from? So despite what it looks like, pits and dirt, those things are nourishing. They provide a life source underneath. So everything is not always to break, even though the devil sends it to break you, all things are working together for my good. God sent it to give you life and to bring forth life and to spring up new ideas, new blessings, a new change. So thank y'all. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.